Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, SU hosts Wellness Week with a variety of events. See what you can do to stay healthy.
Students are getting ready for their final exams.
Student class evaluations are also happening right now, and they may be used this year for more than what they've been used for in the past.
And some breaking news about the FCC. Citrus TV News starts right now. Welcome to Citrus TV News Live at 6. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd. I'm Brian Chung.
And I'm Hannah McDonald. We have some breaking news. The FCC has decided to put the NICS on net neutrality, and that's our top story tonight. It has just been reported that the Federal Communications Commission will be revising the rules governing neutrality on the Internet. The new rules will allow Internet providers to charge high-bandwidth websites such as Skype and Netflix for faster service. We will have more updates on this story as they come in. Syracuse University is celebrating Wellness Week this week, and its purpose to promote healthy eating and provide students with stress-relieving activities. Our own Carolyn Strange tells us about some of the events going on this week.
What do a mural, scales, and running all have in common? They are part of this year's Wellness Week, a series of events geared towards healthy bodies and minds. A mile walk and run and a 5K run was held on Monday as part of Wellness Week. The event was sponsored by the Be Wise campaign and Syracuse University Recreation Services. Caitlin Cowan, the coordinator for Wellness Week, was a big promoter of the event.
We actually have a map of the route, so I don't know if you can see it here, but basically the Monday Mile has signs posted all around campus, and then the extended 5K takes you down Euclid and Comstock.
Another event as part of the week, the Scale Smash was held on Tuesday to encourage students to donate and break their scales so they don't have to feel pressured to be a certain weight. The event was sponsored by Shapes, a student group on campus. Students could decorate their scales with anything they felt when they stepped on it, and were given a hammer to smash them. As someone who suffered from anorexia, Yara Rogers said the event was freeing.
I wanted to get my free spirit out there and not have to be constrained by the crazy person that's in my head. I just feel like it was really necessary because I feel like I've gained my life back.
Another student group, Active Minds, asked students to write on a mural in Shine Student Center. The mural was advocating for mental health. Students wrote encouraging messages to others. Caroline Strange, Citrus TV News.
Other Wellness Week events include merengue dance lessons tonight from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. in Archbold Gym, a Zumba class tomorrow morning, and salsa dancing tomorrow night.
Final exams are only a week away, and students on top of their game are starting to prepare. We wanted to see how students were getting ready, and this is what they had to say.
Taking notes, I guess, flashcards. Like group work, probably, with my friends, classmates, all study notes.
I'm gonna just make tutor appointments and study with my friends.
Probably just with the friend, because it's motivating. Or probably just myself, because I'll have my time and my privacy.
In case you didn't check your MySlice, this is what the final schedule looks like starting next week. The last day of classes is Tuesday, April 29th with the reading day on Wednesday. Finals then start on Thursday, May 1st and will continue through Wednesday, May 7th. And this brings us to our question of the day. We were wondering, how are you preparing for your finals next week? You can let us know by tweeting us at Citrus TV News with the hashtag CitrusQOTD. And CNN anchor and journalist Anderson Cooper will be speaking to SU students tomorrow night. The event is sponsored by the Delta Zeta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha and the National Association of Black Journalists. Tickets are a hot commodity and sold out only 90 minutes after the beginning of the sale last week. The event will start at 7 p.m. tomorrow in the Hergenhahn Auditorium in Newhouse, and Citrus TV will have the coverage tomorrow.
The Office of Multicultural Affairs is hosting a film screening and dialogue tonight to tackle the issue of race on college campuses. The film, titled If These Halls Could Talk, will be shown in Hendricks Chapel later this evening, followed by a conversation with the filmmaker. The dialogue will combat major issues with diversity and attempt to create a stronger sense of community by building trusting relationships. It'll all start at 6:30 in Hendricks Chapel. The A Cappella Council is having their final after-hours performance tomorrow night in Hendricks Chapel. This concert is bringing all 7 a cappella groups on campus together to perform one last time before the end of the semester. Some a cappella groups that will be there include Auto Tunes, Groove Stand, and Orange Appeal. The concert is free and open to the public. SU and ESF are co-hosting their annual Earth Day celebration Sunday at Thornton Park. Students will get the opportunity to be outdoors and celebrate Earth Day this Sunday. The itinerary includes musical performances, speakers, tablers from local organizations. The celebration will begin at noon and go until 5 on Sunday.
Syracuse University has named the 35 Remembrance Scholars for the next academic year. New students are picked every year to represent the 35 university students that were lost in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 in 1988. The Remembrance Scholarship is for seniors that show distinguished scholarship, citizenship, and service to the community. Each scholar will receive a $5,000 scholarship. And SU is hosting an event to bring some awareness about digestive disorders. The event, titled A Place at the Table, will host Andrea Meyer from the Great Bowel Movement. Meyer will speak tomorrow in Shine about digestive disorders like Crohn's and colitis. Meyer will also speak on how to use humor and honesty to use as methods of solidarity and activism. The event takes place tomorrow in Shine Room 228B at 12 p.m.
The Student Association has begun work on a new initiative this semester that would allow students to access more accurate information about their professors before they take their classes next semester. Nick Papantonis has more.
It's the final week of classes here at SU, and you know what that means. It's Teacher Evaluation Week. The evaluations give students a chance to reflect on the courses and professors that they've taken this past semester. For departments, they give administrators a chance to see which classes get flying colors and which ones should be on the chopping block.
I think to an extent they can be helpful, but I mean, like, a lot of times, anytime like my teachers make me fill them out, I just do it as quickly as I can and just put like strongly agree all the way down, or like average all the way down.
Not only that, but the university reports that over 80% of professors use the evaluations to plan or change their courses in future semesters. But beginning next year, the Student Association may be giving students another reason to take a little more time to be as honest as they can. We sat down with Federico Vicente, SA's Director of Academic Affairs.
It's a link in the school's website where you can actually access it as a student and see what each teacher evaluations has said. And what we want to do is have that in Syracuse University for students to have a better relationship with their professors in the classroom.
Sounds a lot like Rate My Professor. What is better about this initiative?
The problem is that it's very biased. Our students that actually write in those websites are students that have had a horrible experience or had a very good experience. So you only see the extremes. You never see the actual middle.
Why should students care about this project?
So we want to have, apart from having a great college experience, we want to have a great academic experience. And it's sad that we're paying thousands of dollars each year to attend this school, and we feel that professors are not giving their all.
Reporting for the last time this semester, Nick Papantonis, Citrus TV.
The Student Association plans to start publishing the reviews next spring. And coming up next, an NYPD Twitter campaign doesn't go as hoped.
And new updates on the South Korean ferry disaster. We'll be right back.
Earlier this week, but today we saw cloudy skies and even a little bit of rain. I'll have your full weather forecast after the break. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online. I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
That's low, that's low.
look, he's blushing.
Seriously.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
A law that bans affirmative action for college admissions still stands in Michigan. The Michigan law prohibits colleges to give special treatment to new students from minority backgrounds. Justices voted 6-2 in favor that a lower court doesn't have the authority to set aside the law. With this ruling, other states will now be able to make similar laws. Michigan is the 8th state that has now opposed affirmative action laws in place. And what started out as small positive outreach turned negative when the NYPD asked Twitter users to share their photos with officers using the hashtag MyNYPD. The campaign backfired when users started posting pictures showing police brutality during the Occupy Wall Street movement in 2011, as well as other incidents. The NYPD released in a statement that the department was engaging in a new way to communicate with the community and that Twitter serves as an open forum for uncensored exchange. The 15-year-old boy who was a stowaway who stowed himself in a jetliner's wheel well apparently just wanted to see his mom in Somalia. This is according to investigators who interviewed him after it was revealed that he ran away from home to begin with. The boy had just transferred to a new school, and he is expected to return to California to meet with psychologists for an evaluation. 2 former Pennsylvania high school students are in trouble after a major drug ring bust. 25-year-old Neil Scott and 18-year-old Timothy Brooks are the main suspects in an operation that focused on selling drugs such as marijuana to students in the affluent suburbs of Pennsylvania. Authorities found a variety of drugs, including marijuana and cocaine, as well as cash and several loaded weapons at the bust. 8 people have been arrested for this operation, and arrest warrants have been released for others who may face drug and conspiracy charges.
Divers are continuing the search for survivors in the South Korean ferry on Wednesday. Rescuers have not found any air pockets in the ship, harming hopes of survivors in the wreck. 156 are confirmed dead from the tragedy, and another 146 people are still missing. Many who perished are students from Danwon High School in South Korea. The captain of the ship and 10 other crew members have been arrested, and some face criminal charges. According to the United Nations, South Sudanese rebels seized a strategic oil town last week, separating residents by ethnicity and killing 400 people. According to officials, residents had to take shelter in churches and hospitals as the rebels invaded the town of Bentu. The White House has released a statement saying that the Obama administration is horrified by the massacre and called for rebel and government forces to denounce attacks on civilians. One person is dead and many are left wounded after protesters and police clashed in Rio de Janeiro last night. Protesters in Copacabana Beach took to the streets after a dancer was found dead. The police are being blamed for the death for supposedly confusing the dancer with a criminal. The incidents worry authorities since security will step in wake for Soccer World Cup in Brazil later this summer. Missions in Mount Everest are suspended after the avalanche that left 16 people dead this weekend. Dozens of guides and Sherpas walked off after frustration mounted over resentment of payroll and benefits that have been exposed after the incident. Nepal's government has been criticized by not doing enough for the Sherpas. Top officials say that this is a problem created by, quote, hooligans, and that things should be getting back to normal.
Well, temperatures reached 80 degrees on Monday, but it hasn't reached that point since, or even come close. Monica, is the colder weather going to be here for a while?
Temperatures did drop in Syracuse today, and along with yesterday, we started seeing some more clouds and more of those April showers. Despite the warm temperatures we saw on Monday in the 60s alongside sunny skies, temperatures were in the low 40s today, currently around 42 degrees, although it feels a little colder than that in the low 30s with winds at around 17 miles per hour. Taking a look at tonight, we're going to be seeing a few passing clouds, but mostly clear skies, a slight temperature drop into the 30s with a low of 33. So if you're heading out, make sure you have your jacket with you because winds will also be remaining at around 17 miles per hour. As we look into tomorrow, though, we will be seeing things warming up a little bit with a high of 53 degrees and sunny skies. Even though we'll be seeing the sun tomorrow, we'll still be seeing that cool down period after we saw some rain earlier in the week, and don't expect the sun to be sticking around for too long. If we take a look at temperatures across the Northeast, we see that most places around Syracuse are in the mid-40s, with places further inland and in the south in the mid-50s and even the low 60s. Looking at our dew points, we see that things are getting a little more humid alongside the coast, and although Syracuse is still in that comfortable to dry range, we see those numbers going up, and they're in the 30s, unlike the teens we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. Taking a look at our precipitation forecast, we see some rain over the next 48 hours. We're expecting less than half an inch of rain here in Syracuse, and that shouldn't be turning into snow despite those colder temperatures in the areas further north. Areas further north, like Burlington and even Caribou, will be seeing rain turning into snow over the next couple of days. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, we see temperatures varying over the next couple of days, but mostly remaining around the mid-50s. On Friday, we'll be seeing temperatures hit the 60s, though, which is exciting for those in Syracuse who will be celebrating the Mayfest activities. Along with that temperature increase, though, we could be seeing some showers that will continue into Saturday.
Thank you so much, Monica. Now, obviously, that 30% precipitation this weekend for Mayfest, do we expect to see that in the evening hours when people might be off Walnut Park, or do we expect to see that maybe during that prime time?
It could come anytime throughout the day, but not too much. Like I said, less than half an inch of rain, so light showers, and we will be seeing slightly warmer temperatures, which will be nice.
Great. Very positive. Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, Amazon has a new content deal for their streaming service.
And People Magazine names the most beautiful person. We'll tell you who that is when we come back.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org. You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So we're getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
The Ebola outbreak has gotten even more widespread, now amounting to 142 deaths. Cases have only been reported in Guinea and Liberia. Ebola affects the body by shutting down the immune system and flowing through the blood, causing fever, muscle pain, and headaches. The disease kills 90% of those infected and is not yet spread to any other countries.
If you're a fan of True Detective like I am, you might be happy about this news. Amazon has struck a content deal with HBO to stream content on their Prime Instant Video service. The deal will provide many older HBO shows such as The Wire and The Sopranos to Amazon Prime subscribers, as well as older seasons of newer shows such as True Blood. Current content on HBO will not be available until 3 years after their premiere. Prime subscribers will begin to see HBO content on May 21st. And time travel is now possible. Well, at least it is online. Google Street View now allows users to, with a swift click of a button, go through the images of an area to view how it has changed over time. Street View unveiled in 2007, and now with 7 years of images, users can see how places differ over time. The number of Street View images available has now doubled along with the implementation of this time-lapse feature.
People magazine has named Lupita Nyong'o their most beautiful person of 2014. The 12 Years a Slave star broke onto the Hollywood scene this year, earning an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. The title given by People is one previously held by other celebrities such as Beyonce and Tom Cruise. Maybe we'll get him next year, Brian.
I really hope so.
Coming up in sports, Nets, Rangers, Yankees, and Mets highlights. Next. Don't go anywhere.
Viking, Red State, Blue State, Vegan,
Carnivore. We come from different places.
Uptown, Downtown, Night Owl,
Early Bird. We come to different conclusions.
Half empty, half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families, united. Even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
On the turf, SU women's lacrosse readies for a new journey, the ACC tournament. And Coach Gary Gates' squad enters as the coaches' polls #1 with a 15-1 record. Their first matchup is against Notre Dame Thursday, and that will be the second meeting between the sides in 6 days. The Orange took round 1 18-10 last Saturday, and the winner gets either Boston College or North Carolina Friday. Now, starting with the playoffs in the NBA, the politest party you'll ever see in Canada. And, well, DeMar DeRozan started to get rowdy over Joe Johnson right in his grill. Puts them up. And round 2 goes to Johnson. Paul Pierce giving him the pass. Joe Johnson giving him 3. Puts the Nets up by that margin. He would finish with 18 points. Round 3 would go to DeMar DeRozan. Throw down. He'd end with 30 points. As for the game, that was also in balance. 3:30 to go. Kyle Lowry going to the 10, puts it in. 85-83, Toronto would be up at that margin. And up by 2, Amir Johnson would capitalize on that. Oh, Canada, hold on. They're going home. Very happy. Drake's team wins. 195. Game 3 is Friday in Brooklyn. On the diamond, Masahiro Tanaka came in hot. Big Papi sent him out. Top of the 4th, he puts Boston down just 4-1. The next batter, well, it would be Mike Napoli. And Masahiro Tanaka would deal. Napoli would go yard. Back-to-back jacks for the Red Sox. They'd be down 4-2 at that frame. And then top of the 5th, Derek Jeter lines to center and puts ex-Red Sox man Jacoby Ellsbury into the home plate. He scores, and the Yankees would have a 7-2 lead at that point. Grady Sizemore would come up to the plate. He'd head back to the dugout. Masahiro Tanaka would go 7 1/3 innings, 7 Ks, 2 runs given up. New York would win by 9-3. Pineda and Lackey tonight. And in the other game for New York, the Mets would be playing the Cardinals, and house full of cards. John Jay would send it up the middle and plate 2. Chris Young would come up for the New York Mets after the Cards would go up by 2 at the bottom of the 5th inning, and Chris Young would send it far. Matt Holliday would be waiting under it, though. He'd rob him on a long fly ball and keep it at a 2-0 margin. Matt Holliday with that replay right there. He grabs it up high, and David Wright would come up to the plate, and he'd go looking. 0 for 4 for David Wright on the day. The Cardinals win 3-0. Jonathan Neese and Michael Wacha take the mound this game tonight. And to the NHL hockey, the sport on a frozen pond. Game 3 between the Rangers and Flyers tied at a game to peace. Derek Stepan would open up the scoring. 1-0 to the Rangers. Later in that first period, Martin St. Louis, the heir to the St. Louis Cardinals' fortunes, he'd score, put the Rangers up 2-0. We've seen this before, though. The Flyers came back in game 2, but they wouldn't come back in game 3. Sniper from Dan Girardi, and a little trouble for the Blue Shirts as Daniel Carcillo ran into Carl Hagelin. He'd get a little injury, but he'd end up scoring. He's a hockey player. He's used to this stuff. He scores, going 5-hole on Ray Emery, giving them the game 4-1. They'd take it by that same margin. Game 4 Friday with the Rangers up 3-1. And finally, it's not football season, but it's never too early to get excited for the gridiron. The NFL releases its schedule tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single team will know who they're playing and when. Although early reports have already tabbed a rematch between the Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Denver Broncos, dinner plans still need to be made.
Looking forward to those schedules. Up next, it's time to laugh at our expense.
We'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
My dad's one of the producers. Bring this one.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
So, Brian, we've worked together for 2 semesters. How do you think you performed as an anchor on the show this year?
You know, I think it might be my best semester yet.
Well, are you sure? Because I have some bloopers that I'd like to show you.
Well, don't worry, Hannah. I have some bloopers of you, too. Enjoy. TV News Live at 6. We have live coverage of the new house event.
Students head to Hendricks Chapel to help stop sexual violence.
And Bucking Waffles is expanding to a new location. Find out where, my jacket.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
Right now. Eventually.
Eventually. Students are headed to Hendricks Chapel tonight to help put a stop to sexual violence. What kind of violence? We saw showers in Syracuse earlier this week, but can we do it again?
I'm trying. There's a lot.
That about wraps it up for this semester.
I'm Brian Chung. Thank you so much for watching all semester. Good luck on finals and have a great summer.
I'm Hannah McDonald for my last time. It's been great being at Citrus.